Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at McFarlane's DC Direct, the new Batman Adventures Batgirl. And not only that, this is the Platinum Chase variant. She's redone in purple colors, similar to the 66 Batgirl. I believe she's an homage to a cover of Batman The Adventures Continue, where Batgirl had a purple costume like this. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, McFarlane Toys, Batgirl, ages 12 plus. The new Batman Adventures, McFarlane Platinum Edition. One more checked off the list. Here she is in the package. Looks like we have a total of 10 hands. 2 batarangs, a grab-and launcher, a display stand, and then an animation cell art. One side of the package, the new Batman Adventures, Batgirl. Here she is posed up, DC Direct. Other side, Batgirl. On the back, here she is standing there. And at the bottom, here's her barcode, in case that helps anybody. Now, the barcode is exactly the same as the regular version, so it's not going to help you track down the Platinum. So, with no further ado, let's open her up. And of course, I did get 2 of these figures, one of which to open and enjoy, the other one to keep unopened in my complete Batman-related unopened action figure collection. I want to give a huge shout out to my boy Mike from Hot Comics and Collectibles. It's a comic shop based out of Minneapolis. He's one of the co-owners. And I messaged him asking if he happened to get a Platinum Chase variant, and he literally messaged me later in the same day and said he just got one in. I want to give another shout out to my boy, and what a coincidence, also Mike. He's from Mike's Toys and Stuff, which is another comic shop from California. I happened to see that he posted on Instagram that he got these figures. I messaged him, worked out a deal, got both these for a very fair price, and here they are. Another Platinum checked off my list. Here's the Platinum Chase variant of Batgirl, next to McFarlane's standard version of Batgirl from the new Batman Adventures. And here she is, next to the original DC Direct version of Batgirl from the new Batman Adventures. This was from almost 10 years ago. And here's my entire collection of DC Direct Batman the Animated Series figures. I have them all unopened, and it looks like we have 4 more to add to the collection. Alright, now that this figure out of the package, here she is with all of her accessories laid out. She has a display stand, an animation cell, 8 alternate hands, totaling 10 interchangeable hands, 2 batarangs, and a grab-and launcher. Before I take a look at all that, let's talk about and check out the figure. So this is Batgirl from the new Batman Adventures. This is Season 4, Batman the Animated Series, and they completely redesigned all the characters. Same voices, same canon, continuity, but different designs. And personally, I think the designs are quite inferior. Look at Batgirl here. Super skinny legs, really small body, and this giant head. The proportions are horrible. I still like the show, but I really wish I kept the designs from seasons 1 through 3. I believe budget cutbacks forced them to sort of change the animation style. I'm also not really a fan of this figure. I have the original one from 10 years ago. I have the McFarlane one from, I don't know, about a month ago. It's just so small. The plastic feels a little bit sturdier on the McFarlane one, but she was always very brittle in the past. I broke my original one in like 2 or 3 different places. And this one here seems to have a couple quality control issues. One of the ankles is completely messed up, and I don't even think hot water is going to fix that. It's kind of hard to stand. Her right leg seems to be a little bit longer than her left leg, and I have to bend the knee for it to work. And of course, that's on the Platinum Chase variant, which is possibly the more desirable of the two, although I actually prefer the way the normal one looks. But this is a cool variant in the purple suit. It looks very similar to Yvonne Craig's Batgirl from the 1966 show. I believe it's from a variant cover of one of the comics. So let's take a look. Start with the face here. The cowl is purple. Got the semi-long ears. Now I don't really understand the flesh. She has like a domino mask. I guess that's what's going on. She has big giant sort of face and eye holes with the domino mask there, but it looks like it's part of the mask, and it's just kind of weird to see the flesh where her eyebrows would be. Eyes look to be, I don't know, like a gray. Kind of red lips, big smile, very animated look. The hair, very short yellow cape. She's got the dark purple outfit, light purple gloves and boots, and the yellow belt, bat symbol, and cape, very similar to the 1966 colors. And a closer look at her face and head sculpt. It looks good for what it is. It looks very animated, and that's really supposed to be the point. And then here's the figure, broken down as far as she can go, with all of her removable parts detached. Now let's check out her accessories, and let's start off with the boring stuff. Here's a little animation cell reproduction. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't care about this thing at all. Either come with something else that I actually care about, or make it a little cheaper. I don't really want this at all. It's just going to take up space, and I'll never put on display. It could be cool if somebody wants to collect this sort of thing, if you have the shelf room to put something this large next to your figure, but most people don't. The new Batman Adventures. You can see Batgirl, Killer Croc in the background. Animation Cell Reproduction from Loves a Croc, Season 1, Episode 13, blah blah blah. It has a little thing you sort of punch out if you want to display it like a picture frame. Now let's check out her display stand. It comes in 3 separate pieces. When put together, it looks like this. At the bottom we have the base, the new Batman Adventures, and a post that goes up to a little clamp that'll hold your figure. Now I'm not a fan of display stands. I think they look ugly, I think they break up a display, but with figures like Batgirl, her feet are so small, you pretty much need a display stand if you want her to stand up properly. Now let's check her hands. She has a total of 10 of them, 4 right hands, and 6 left hands. Here she is, with her first pair of hands. These are her fists. And here's her second pair of hands. This is a pair of gripping hands. And here's her third pair of hands. It's sort of between gripping hands and relaxed hands. Looks like maybe it could hold something large. And here's her next pair of hands. This is a pair of default hands. They would look good relaxed at her sides. And she still has 2 more left hands. Here's one of those left hands. It's a very small gripping hand, probably for the small batarang. And here's her last left hand. This one has the grapnel launcher permanently attached. And here are the rest of her accessories. We have a larger batarang, which is a little bit too large for her. Then we have a smaller batarang, which is super, super little, sort of matches the figure as a whole. And then we have her grapnel launcher. And I do not understand the grapnel launcher. It looks like it's sort of half the grapnel launcher. It doesn't really make sense at all. Why would they even include this thing? It is totally pointless. I do like having the grapnel launcher, if you're going to have it permanently attached to the hand, and have it separate as well. But what is this? This is just like the front tip of the grapnel launcher. I mean, here's the hand that has the rest of it. She's holding to something else. So I do not know why they would give you this. Here's Batgirl holding her larger batarang. And here she is holding a smaller batarang. And I can't have her holding that grapnel launcher as it's only part of the thing and it doesn't fit in any of her hands. Now I want to check out the differences between this Platinum Chase purple Batgirl and the original black and yellow version. Now the original one is accurate to the TV show and is similar to Batgirl's first appearance colors in DC Comics. Besides the obvious paint differences, there are no sculpting differences. It's 100% the same figure, same sculpt, same articulation. So let's take a look. And I even want to point out, both of them have to have their right knee bent. I feel like it's a problem with all these Batgirl figures. Start with the faces. Only difference is the cowl is purple, and it looks like the domino mask in the front of the cowl is black on this one. The lips, the eyes, they look pretty much the same. Here's the same. Cape is very different. Hers is yellow on both sides. Hers is blue on the out, yellow on the inside. As you go further down, she has a yellow belt, yellow symbol, yellow gloves, but purple gloves here. Purple suit, black suit, and then purple versus yellow gloves. Here are all 3 of these DC Direct, the new Batman Adventures Batgirl figures. McFarlane's re-release on the left, the Platinum Chase variant in the middle, and then the original DC Direct version from 10 years ago on the right. She is based off the 1966 Yvonne Craig Batgirl colors. Here she is, next to McFarlane and Mattel 66 Batgirl. Both have the same type of purple suit. It's a cool idea for a Platinum Chase variant, but honestly, I prefer the look of the original. Here she is, next to McFarlane's Batman the Animated Series Scarecrow. This is the only other Platinum Chase variant I have in the DC Direct animated line. There is one more out there, which is the Platinum Chase variant of Commissioner Gordon, and I'm definitely looking for a couple of those guys. Now the next wave of the new Batman Adventures consists of Bane, Catwoman, Nightwing, and the Joker. I do wonder which one's going to get a Platinum Chase variant. My money's on the Joker. Here's a look at all of my McFarlane DC Multiverse Platinum Chase variants. I have all of them they've released so far. Now I have all of them in the McFarlane DC Multiverse line that are out so far, except for some of the brand new ones. But that still leaves me with a bunch of different Platinum Chase variants I'm looking for. I'm still looking for 2 of the DC Direct Batman the Animated Series Commissioner Gordon figures from the lockup wave, 2 of the 1966 the new Batman Adventures Batgirl in the black suit figures, 1 Crisis Spectre figure in the Multiverse line, 1 Crisis Psycho Pirate figure, 2 of the new Azrael in his blue armor Platinum Chase variants, and then 2 of the first appearance Batman Platinum Chase variants. If anybody has a lead on where I'm able to get one, or has one they're willing to trade or sell, please drop me a line in the comments below. Much appreciated. Now they've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and her accessories. Now for her height. From bottom to the top of her head, standing right at 5 inches tall, which can translate to about 12.5 centimeters. And if you go to the top of the ears, about 5.2 inches tall. And now for articulation, which is rather limited. So starting with her head here, you can rotate a little bit from side to side. If you really want to, you can get the hair all the way over it, but it's kind of hard. Can't really look up and down at all. Can't really tilt from side to side. The hair completely blocks in place. Shoulders on a ball joint goes out a little bit less than 90 degrees. Up, down, around. Single jointed elbow only goes in this much, less than 90 degrees, but it does have rotation. Her wrist can rotate. They're also hinged. Torso is one solid piece. She doesn't even have a waist swivel. Legs go out this far, but they look really bad when you do that much. I mean, look at the top of the joint there. You go forward that far, back about that much. Single jointed knee, no rotation. Boot cut, then our ankle, and it looks absolutely hideous. I've never seen an ankle designed this way. Forward and back. Tilt rock on that completely separate piece. Rotation in the boot. God, that looks just awful. And her feet are so small, it's hard to get her to stand up. And then this one here is sort of fused. I can't push it forward and back at all. And I don't think even heat will fix it. I think the plastic is just messed up on the inside. So, a little bit of quality control issue with the ankle. But even if not, it's designed horribly, looks bad, and it's hard to stand her up. Here's a look at all three of these Batgirl figures, both in and out of the packaging. Here's Batgirl in the Batcave with the Bat family behind her. We have Batman and Nightwing using the Batcomputer, Alfred bringing refreshments, and then Tim sneaking a snack. And here's a look at Batgirl on a rooftop of Gotham with the rest of the Bat family from the new Batman Adventures. Nightwing, Batman, Robin, and Batgirl. Here's a look at Batgirl on a rooftop of Gotham City, Batarang at hand, ready to go. Now let's check her out next to some of their action figures, starting off with some of their DC Direct Batman the Animated Series figures. Here's this McFarlane re-release of the new Batman Adventures Batgirl next to the original version by DC Direct from nearly 10 years ago. And here she is, next to the DC Direct Batman the Animated Series Batgirl. Now I much prefer this look to her. I mean, just look at her head, her whole body, the proportions are so much better. I don't even like her outfit better. Here she is, next to the Bat family from the new Batman Adventures, Nightwing, Batgirl, Batman, and Robin. Then, next to the Bat family from Batman the Animated Series, Robin, Batman, and Batgirl. Here's Batgirl, next to the rest of her wave. This is based off the new Batman Adventures. We have Batman, Batgirl, Killer Croc and Baby Doll, and then Two-Face. Now there's a Platinum Chase variant of Batgirl. I'm on the hunt for a couple of those. If anybody has a lead on where I'm happy to get one, drop me a line in the comments below. Besides her wave, the most recent McFarlane DC Direct animated re-release was Alfred. He was a single figure without a traditional wave and a Target exclusive. And here she is, next to the previous Target exclusive DC Direct animated wave. We have Mr. Freeze, Robin, Batman, Condiment King, and then both versions of Scarecrow. Condiment King was the Build-A-Figure. These guys are cel-shaded and a Target exclusive. Now the next Target exclusive wave with Lockup should be dropping any day now. Really look forward to him. Before that, McFarlane released the Laughing Fish 4-pack. These guys were cel-shaded, based off Batman the Animated Series. They were a Walmart exclusive, and I complain about Batgirl being hard to stand. That Harley Quinn is every bit as bad and probably worse. And here are McFarlane's first DC Direct animated offerings. We have 3 different figures here. They're all cel-shaded, and they're all from different incarnations of Batman the Animated Series. Batman from the new Batman Adventures, Catwoman from Batman the Animated Series, and the Batman Who Laughs from Batman The Adventures Continue. Here she is, with a Mafex, the new Batman Adventures Batman. Here's a look at all the Batman villains, Batman the Animated Series style. These are done with DC Direct. Gonna add Condiment King to this mix. And here's a look at all the different animated villains, the new Batman Adventure style. Different style, same universe. They all look fantastic next to each other. Now let's check her out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how she fits in, both scale and style-wise, in case you don't know which ones you can mix her with. Since she's a DC Direct animated figure, they're typically the 6-inch scale, although she's considerably shorter than that. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of these smaller action figure lines I collect, and work way larger, and I'm going to include as many Batgirl figures as I can during these comparisons. Here she is, next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures, and some SH Figure Arts action figures, and now, with some Hasbro Marvel Legends, and some Mafex figures. Here's Batgirl, next to a microwavable baked potato. And here she is, Next is some Mattel and Mezco DC figures. Then with some Chaswares and Mattel wrestling figures. And now with some NECA and DC Direct figures. Next with some DST or Diamond Select toys and some Jack-specific wrestling figures. And finally with some McFarlane DC Multiverse Batgirl figures. So overall, I think this figure sucks. She's so little. Her articulation is so limited. She's fragile. She can barely stand up. Her proportions are just ridiculous. Her head is so big. Her body's so tiny. Her legs are like little twigs. I was never a fan of this figure back in the day. Then they re-released it. She's just so small, doesn't fit in with anything. I don't think she looks that good. I'm not a fan of the new Batman Adventures looks on Batgirl. In the entire DC Direct Batman Animated Series line, this is one of my least favorite figures. And I even prefer the regular look to the Platinum Chase variant, so even though I'm happy to track down the Platinum one, I like it even less than the regular one, which I didn't like at all. If I had to rate this figure, her accessories, I mean, the small Batarang, it's too small and it's fragile. The grappling launcher thing makes absolutely no sense. It's just half the accessory. And the big Batarang is a little too big for her. She has a ton of hands, which is pretty cool. Her articulation sucks. Sculpt and paint job, they're good for what they are. If I had to rate this figure, I'm probably going to give her a disappointing 4 out of 10. And maybe I'm even giving her too high a score. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, head to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.